Hello, we'll be starting very shortly. Why? Sorry. Sorry about that. Hi everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hello everyone.
So we'll be getting started now. Just a reminder, we're passing a clicker around for anyone who wants to leave a word. And this is the QR code for the Memorial live stream link today. So for anyone who is interested, actually the live stream is making really weird noises. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so this will be the event where we're going to unveil the mural. But before we do that, we want to give a space for anyone who wants to come up and speak, especially those who haven't spoken before, or if this is your first day. It's pretty informal. If you just want to share stories or anything like that and kind of like create a space where we can connect to Hamoudi, that would be really nice, but no pressure on anybody if they don't feel like speaking.
Yeah, and then unfortunately we don't have a microphone today, so if everyone can, if we can just try to speak up, we're coming up, that would be really great.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi everybody. It is very difficult for me to speak about Hamoudi while he is not here. But I think he will always be here because Hamoudi was a unique heart and true heart and a big heart and beautiful heart. That was Hamoudi. Hamoudi wasn't, since he was born, he wasn't like any other child. He was always a source of joy, true joy, and a source of love and loving and caring and fun. And he was active, fun, easygoing, caring, loving. He asked me for a brother. Please, Mama, give me a brother. When he was like 3 years old, he kept asking me, please, Mama. That was something very strange because kids, usually they get jealous from the younger sisters or brothers. But Hamoudi, since he was born, he had a lot to give. He wanted to love everybody. When I had his sister, Summer, I told him, Hamoudi, it's gonna be a sister, not a brother. He said, and what else, Mama? And I said, also only by herself, one sister. And Summer came, his sister. He loved her so much. And when he was born, Lena, his old sister, and Sarah, they were his two favorite moms. He was very loving, very caring. The thing that I like to say about Hamoudi, he had a combination of very brave heart, and very kind heart. He can cry if he see anybody hurt. He cannot take any hurt for anybody. ما بيتحمل. In Arabic ما بيتحمل. يعني for me myself ما كان بيتحمل فيني أي حاجة. He cannot take any kind of even tiredness I feel in my face. He goes and asks me, Ummi, Mama, how can I make you feel better? I remember when he was maybe 4 years old, when he saw Titanic by himself. He was not supposed to watch that movie, but he sneaked one day. And he was watching the movie upstairs. Everybody else in the family, we were downstairs. And all of a sudden, we heard very loud crying from the deepest of the deepest heart. Crying with a lot of pain. When we ran upstairs, we found him watching the ship sink, and he goes like, everybody died. Nobody make it. And he was crying. He was so kind. At the same time, very brave. During the Sudanese action, he used to go out day after day. People will get shot on the streets. We tell him, Hamoudi, we don't want to lose you. Please, Hamoudi, you don't have to go. He goes, you want the change without having us going out. So the other people who get shot, are we better than them? Are we dear to our fathers and mothers and family more than them? I have to go, and you have to go with me. Sometimes I was so afraid to have him for him to get hurt. I used to go out with him because I couldn't convince him not to go out. He was very brave, very giving. When he see me coming, he opens his hands and hold me tight and pull me up and kiss me in my head, just like that, for a reason or without a reason. And the thing that about Hamoudi, the simplicity. He is so simple in giving. He gives you all what he has, his emotions, his love, his care, his money, his effort, without letting you feel that he is doing something. Very natural giving, very natural. You don't, to the extent that you don't know that he is doing that big favor for you. He doesn't let you feel that he is doing that big favor. I think himself doesn't recognize how big favor that he used to do to everybody. That was Hamoudi, very simple, very giving, very care. So now I thank God that God created death and life so we can see him again. Alhamdulillah الذي خلق الحياة والموت عشان نشوف حمودي الثاني. I wish him happiness wherever he is, and I wish him safe wherever he is. And I think his generosity continuing after he's gone. His voice got heard loudly after he's gone, more. And part of his generosity, all of you, the love that all of you are sharing with him, that's part of his generosity. He is still taking care of us. So for us as a family to lose someone like Hamoudi, it will be very difficult for us to make it out of this without you guys, without you all sharing us. So I would like to thank everybody who knows Hamoudi, truly the true Hamoudi, the heart of Hamoudi, and who loved Hamoudi, and who feels pain to lose Hamoudi. And I thank you for letting us share your pain of losing Hamoudi. You really supported us so much. I really appreciate all of you guys, and everybody else felt the same how we feel. And I say like Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said when he lost his son, إن العين لتدمع وإن القلب لا يحزن وإنا على فراقك لمحزونون يا محمد ولا نقول إلا ما يرضي الله لله ما أعطى ولله ما أخذ وإنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون.
We would like to open it up for anybody else who would like to speak.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a really long story. It could be anything. Thank you for that beautiful story, and thank you so much for sharing.
Hi, I'm Selma, I'm Moody's cousin, and we grew up together since I was born. You know, I've always known him. I don't know life without him. But we were very close up until I was, 6 or 7, until he moved to Sudan, and we'd still stay, connected. We'd visit to Sudan, me and my brother and my family, and he helped create some of my favorite childhood memories. So, for example, when in Sudan, he helped show me my favorite movie, White Chicks. It was on the TV, and I was like, "What are we watching?" And then we kept watching it on repeat, maybe 3 or 4 times that day. And also, his little sister, me and someone used to beg to switch brothers. So she'd want Mohamed and I would want Hamoudi. We'd also, in Sudan, we'd go into his room, me, someone, Mohamed, and we'd close the door and watch like rated R movies and hope no one would open the door and stuff like that. And so it's just all them. He helped create my childhood memories that I hope to share one day with my kids. Hopefully, they get to talk about it later, after. So, inshallah, we'll see him again.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. And I guess if for anyone else who would like to share a story.
Would anybody else like to share? We are now going. Oh,
Okay.
My name is Omar. I'm Simba's older brother. Me and Hamoudi we were like brothers, and we'd spend time every single weekend. It was my favorite. It was my favorite thing to do is just go to his house on the weekends and really just connect because I didn't have a brother, but he was the closest thing I had up until I was 10 years old. When he went to Sudan, it was just the most painful experience I've ever felt. It was just, I don't know how, I told my mom every day, I can't wait to see him when I go to Sudan. When I saw him, it was one of the best things I ever experienced because it feels like I found my long lost brother after a while, after never seen him for a while. And when I went to Sudan, he what's it called? It was New Year's Day, and we didn't have any money for fireworks, so we ripped holes in our we ripped holes in our shirts and in our jeans. We went out to the streets and started wiping cars so we could get money for fireworks. And then it was so hard for us to get money. We only got 10 pounds. We couldn't get anything. And then the next day we went to a wedding. And at the wedding, there was homeless kids, and we were just eating by ourselves. And he called them over. They ate with us. It was just us two. And he said, and I didn't want them to eat with us because I didn't know who they were and I didn't know what was going on, and it was a new experience for me. And when they ate with us, I asked him, why'd you ask them to come over? We don't know them, what they could do to us. And he said, you see how hard it was for us just to make money to get fireworks, and it really opened my mind. And then 2 days later, it was when I was about to leave, he gave me his wallet. I still carry it to this day. When I was about 11 years old, everyone asked me why. It's well, it's so messed up, but I carry it with me to show I have to share with everybody, no matter what, no matter who anyone is, no matter what. I think the one thing he taught me was to always share, whether it's love and gratitude and everything. Thank you.
Do I need to come in the front or can I go from here? Hello everyone. My name is Khalid Kodi, and I'm a professor at Northeastern University. I thought I will stop by and say a few things in behalf of Muhammad generations, and probably also I will say a few things in behalf of the Sudanese youth. And I can see a lot of you here in his age. And I would like just to emphasize that Muhammad and his generation were always, they have vision for Sudan and for the Sudanese people and for Africa and for the Arab worlds and their generations. And that vision, I'm sure, is going to be inspiring many, many, many people, not necessarily his generation only, but also challenge my generations. So I appreciate all what his colleagues, classmates, schoolmates, and fellow friends from all over the world that they came and celebrate his life and his contribution. And as I said, not only for Sudan, but only to be determined to see a country. It's just like determined to see a country have a lot of potential. A country have a lot of potential, meet the ultimate goal for democracy, peace, and prosperity for everyone. But these are my 2 words. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dina. I've known Hamoudi literally since the day he was born. Like, I don't even know how he came into my life. He was just there, to be honest. My fondest memories of living in California back in the day were with Hamoudi. I don't know if Khatir, have you remember this, but I remember whenever you'd have azumas in your house, you'd put me and him in a room. And because he was probably being a menace and I was probably being too loud or something. And he just random toys like my Bratz dolls, his Power Rangers, or just whatever. And he'd always rip the heads off of my Bratz dolls. I don't know if you guys kind of remember his demon child face, kind of, but he always ripped the head off of my Bratz dolls, and I'd always be like, why are you doing this? I don't want to play with your Power Rangers, play with my Bratz dolls. And then he'd be like, khalas, معلش, and put them back, and we'll play with them. And then we play with them for 2 seconds. He's like, okay, khalas, time to play with my Power Rangers. And that's my favorite memory of me and Hamoudi when we were kids. And I remember when you were saying that he wanted a brother, I remember him telling, I was probably 6 or 5 years old. I remember him telling me, she's like, Dina, my mom's gonna give me a brother. She's gonna give me a brother. And I'm like, oh, really? I also didn't understand what was going on and stuff. And then I remember when someone was born, I told Mama, I was like, Mama, I thought Khalid was having a boy. Hamoudi wanted a boy. And then she was like, yeah, no, it's a girl. Hamoudi was like, yeah, it's a girl, but she'll give me another boy. It's okay. You know? And that was honestly Hamoudi. He'd always find the bright side of things. Every time I felt bad about something or felt alone, I remember when Muhammad passed away, Allah yarhamu, I عزيته on WhatsApp. He was telling me, الغربة صعبة دينا. I know it's hard to be away from family. It is hard to be so far in times like this. He said, I'm just a phone call away. I'm just a text away. Every time I'd have every time I'd have a problem, every time I'd feel myself going to a dark place, I just go to Hamoudi. I'm like, Hamoudi, say something to me. I need something to light up my day. And he'd always say something, whether it's some random fact or like tarasa or something, you know, like I'm really honestly gonna miss him. I'm just grateful, honestly, for the time we had, and إن شاء الله ربنا يجمعنا في كلنا في الجنة معاه إن شاء الله.
If nobody else would like to speak at this time, we're going to introduce Ilham. Ilham Ali has her master's from MIT in technology and policy. She is also an artist. She has many talents, but art is one of them. She has over 5 murals. 3 of them are in Sudan that she drew during the Sudanese peace movement. She also has one in Dallas, Texas, and one in Alabama. And she has been working so hard on this mural that you're about to see today. She's been planning everything. And in between that, she'll like go at like midnight and start painting, and I'll come pick her up at like 3 a.m. and she'll go right back at 8 a.m. She's been working so hard. And even this morning when I saw her, she had paint like all over her hands and in her hair. And I just think that shows how much love that she's given into this and how much love that she had for Hamudi and for all of us. So I'm going to go invite her in, and inshallah we can see this mural.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I didn't want to say too much today. I spoke yesterday. But like Mural said, I've been painting this mural for Muhammad, and I think for me it's been maybe the most helpful thing over the past week and a half. Most of the time it's just me painting, late at night or early in the morning. And it's a mural of Muhammad. And it's weird, and it feels sometimes that you're having a conversation with him, that he's there with you, he's talking back. I remember the first day he's smiling in the picture, smiling really widely. And the first day I finished the smile, I started smiling too, like just back at the painting. And it really, it felt like it was just like old times, spending time together and making new memories. And I think for me, that's been the most painful part of all of this, is that we always have to remember him in the past, the things that we used to do together, where we used to go, the things we used to talk about. And it's hard to think that there's no future, at least in this life. Inshallah, in the next, we'll be with him in Jannah. But like Khadu Ihab was saying to me the other day, when people die, especially when they pass young, the trial is for us, people who still remain. So inshallah, we can do his memory justice. And I'm really glad that I was able to spend this time with him, or to feel like I was spending time with him this week. The picture is actually based on a portrait that I took of Muhammad during Eid last year. We all went to brunch together, and I just like to take pictures randomly. So I took 3 of Muhammad and a few of our other friends as well. And I was looking through my text the other day when I had sent them the photos. He said, "Thank you for making me look like a model." So it was a picture that he liked as well. And I think it's really representative, maybe like the way that we'd like to remember him. And inshallah, this canvas will be hosted on campus here for at least the next year. I think for now we're going to put it in a space called the Banana Lounge, which is an undergraduate lounge. It's where a lot of students come in and out. It's where I would run into Muhammad a lot. I'd run into a lot of the other undergrads here. And maybe it'll be a way for us all to, to spend more time and to honor the impact that he had on us here and on people all around the world. So inshallah, they're going to bring the canvas up, and after that, if there's anyone also, we can continue speaking. If you guys would like to take pictures, of course. I'm not going to explain the painting too much. I think you guys will understand it. But I did want to maybe just mention a few things in the painting and why I chose to do it that way. Muhammad really used to like his MIT class ring. He was so proud of it. He showed it to me almost 6 times. I've seen it before. I know. He had something inscribed on the inside. It it was in his handwriting. He wrote Alhamdulillah in his chicken scratch, as he told me. But it was really important to him. He was always very thankful. He was always thankful to God. He was thankful to his family. He was thankful to his friends. He lived in a lot of gratitude and with a lot of love. And so you'll see that written at the top of the painting. I tried to write it in his handwriting as well, his chicken scratch, so it's up there. But with that, I'll let them bring the painting up, and I hope you guys all like it.
I guess first of all, we want to invite Mohammed's family up for a photo of the mural.
Maybe we can have Mohammed's family come up and take a photo.
Yeah.
I think Hamudi belongs to all of you guys. You can all, everybody can come fill this place and we can all have one big picture all together.
Come and sit on the floor.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone is taking care. Sorry. This is a live stream. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should end it now. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.